against Anatron. He's rated 1643, plays e4. We're going to play c5. Knight f3. Let's go with d6. Hey, J Morgan 1357, thanks a lot for the follow. Hope you're enjoying it as well. We're going to capture. We're going to play the Sicilian Neisdorf variation with a6 next move. And then probably e5 pretty soon as well. Okay, plays g3. Interesting move order. We might actually just go b5 here. b5 and then bishop b7 to counter his bishop there. Bishop b7, threatening to take the pawn. Now we play e6. Play queen to c7. Keep our bishop on b7 defended. And now we're just going to work on developing. We have extra queenside space, which is good. Get castle. Move our knight to d7. Not a whole lot to say at this point. Just kind of normal development in this kind of opening. Rook c8. Rook to d8 next move, most likely. We're going to try to work our knight to the c4 square too. Because from c4, the knight would attack the bishop and the pawn on b2. So in order to do that, we're going to play knight to b6 and then hop into c4 next move. Rook c1. Okay, doesn't really stop our plan. Still going to threaten the bishop and the pawn. Losing this bishop for white is pretty big because it's a kind of important bishop most of the time. However, losing the pawn is also bad too, so I'll take the pawn. This actually, queen d3 is a very big mistake here. We simply take the pawn, we're threatening the queen, and once the queen moves, we pick up the knight on c3 that is piled up on. So tactical mistakes were made by white here. Not such a great looking position for him here. All I did was just kind of develop normally as the opening usually goes. Kind of get the knight to c4, and white kind of went downhill from here. I'll show what white should have done once this is over, which it should be pretty soon. Okay, so it is over. Alright, so let's analyze this one. The opening's pretty standard. Not too much to say about the opening for either side. If you know the way to play the Sicilian defense, these are all fairly basic moves for black and white. So neither side's really made any mistakes here. I don't know why white bothers with king h2 or h3. These feel like wasted moves to me. He should instead play maybe bishop to e3 or bishop to g5 or do something with this bishop and then maybe rook c1 or something like that. He ends up doing that, but it feels like he wastes moves with h3 and king h2. Now, once we get the knight to c4, b2 is going to be a problem. Rook c1 is his, I guess, kind of main mistake here. He should just play... He could just play queen e2. We go knight c4, and he just drops the bishop back to b1. It looks like it's wasting a move, but at least there's no, big tactic I can do in the position. And it's probably a fairly equal game. Black's a little bit better because of the knight on c4 being nice, but aside from that, it should be okay for white. In this game, it really just comes down to understanding the way your pieces are supposed to be set up in the opening and just missing the b2 capture. Even if he plays rook to b1, I can still take on b2, threatening the queen. He takes back, and I'm up a pawn now. We both traded knights, but I won the b2 pawn. And I'm threatening the rook and this pawn. And this guy, actually. So this would still be a lot of problems for white. He should just play, like I said, this, then just go back and keep everything defended. Maybe b3 to kick out my knight later. Could be an idea. Alright, so let's look for another one here.